Today I'm talking about the book Contagious by Jonah Berger. Hey there, I'm Kate Volman. Welcome to my channel. I share my favorite takeaways from some of the great books that I read, and I also talk a lot about journaling, so check out some of my other videos, and if you like them, subscribe so we can stay connected. A friend of mine asked if I would review the book Contagious by Jonah Berger. I've heard such great things about it over the years, and I kept meaning to read it, so that was my little boost of motivation to finally get into it. I actually liked the book even more than I thought I would. It is filled with such great stories. And I guess I should have figured that because it's written by Jonah, who is a marketing professor at the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. So he took years of research and turned so much of that data into really great stories and ideas that he shares in the book. His latest book, called The Catalyst, just came out this year, so I'm actually really excited to get into that one next. But for now, we're talking about Contagious, which is all about the science behind word of mouth and why certain things get talked about and shared. In the book, Jonah shares the 6 basic principles that drive things to become really popular. So if you're a business owner, a manager, or someone that is trying to increase awareness around a topic that's really important to you, this book is full of really great ideas to help you do that. You'll have to read the whole book to find out all 6 principles. It's totally worth it, but I did want to share some of my favorite takeaways from the book, starting with this quote. Word of mouth is the primary factor behind 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions. We may say we know word of mouth is important, but with those numbers, we should all be a little more intentional about creating a great strategy to increase our word of mouth effort. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all 6 principles, but number 1 is social currency. People like to share, and we love sharing things that, make us look good. We want to be the one that tells our friends about that cool new app, that great hidden restaurant in town, or, that awesome book that you should read. When we get to do that, it makes us feel good. So he labeled this as social currency. We love sharing things that we find really interesting, and we hope others will too. One of the ways brands do this, and we see it all the time, is using game mechanics. So this is when a company makes the customer try to achieve something or accrue some type of currency. It's like a Fitbit or one of those other health apps that give us certain points for steps, number of workouts, or whatever. So we keep moving up levels, and you know what they do? They invite us to share our status with our friends, to let them know, how cool we are for getting to that next level. Or maybe you have a fun little competition with some of your friends. He also talked about making things exclusive. Think about all those internet marketing promotions we see online. I'm opening up my course to only 50 of the very best entrepreneurs. We like to feel like we're part of an exclusive club or community, and then we want to share our experiences with others. Another principle is public. In order to get people to share something, it has to be public. That makes sense, right? When things are more visible, it makes it easier to imitate, which of course makes them become more popular. He used the example of the Movember Foundation. This organization got people to start talking and caring about men's health by starting a trend where people grew mustaches in, the month of November. We all know when it's November because all of a sudden we see all these guys walking around with mustaches. And let's be honest, some guys can really pull it off, and others, well, not so much. My brother does this every year, and every year I try to get him to shave it halfway through. He never does. And sometimes he even goes way longer than November. He is super committed. But hey, it's all in good fun and all for a good cause. How can you make your idea or business more public so people want to talk about and share it? Another principle is triggers. Triggers remind people to talk about our products and ideas. When triggering people to think about our product, they'll become more likely to engage with it and then, of course, share it. Jonah used the example of Kit Kat bars. Sales were declining and they needed to create a growth plan with a limited budget. So they figured out that most people ate Kit Kats as a snack in the afternoon, so they started linking eating Kit Kats with drinking coffee at work. Coffee and a Kit Kat. You know, maybe not the healthiest of options, but hey, it worked for them. So during that afternoon slump when people wanted their coffee, they started pairing it with a Kit Kat for that perfect little afternoon pick-me-up. Another principle is emotion. When we care, we share. Emotions make us laugh, shout, talk, and buy. They compel us to take action. So we need to think about ways that we can craft messages and ideas that make people feel something. Both positive and negative emotions can inspire action. We see it every day on social media. When something is really, really funny, we love to share it and pass it around. And there are plenty of people who share articles and posts covering political topics that make them really angry. I still think about the Dollar Shave Club and how crazy viral that video went because it was so different and funny. It made us laugh and we totally thought it was clever, so we had to share it. Those were just a few of my favorite takeaways. If you want to discover all 6 principles and enjoy some really interesting stories and examples about how they work, you should definitely pick up a copy of Contagious. I added the link in the description below. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button. It really does help my channel. I also invite you to subscribe so we can stay connected. I will see you next time.